Good evening, Council President Griffith, the other council members, Mayor Richard Thomas, and to all the commissioners who have gathered here tonight. I think my name is Dr. Robert Baskerville. My address is 68 Tucson Avenue, Yonkers, New York, 10710. Before making any further remarks, I do want to note that I have an expertise in a number of areas of social interest as a sociological researcher, the focal point of which has been the long and tortured history of race relations here in the United States, and please do bear this in mind as I make my remarks. Before my chief concern is to speak once again on a matter that I raised last week about not only the technical competency of Commissioner Kelly to serve as the Public Safety Commissioner, but also importantly the ethical standards that the city charter, the high ethical charter standards that the city charter specifies, we require in all of our appointed officials. Before I go on, I do want to say that in addition to being Dr. Robert Baskerville, I also happen myself to be a convicted felon.
Excuse me, Mr. Baskerville?
I'm sorry.
You were to address the council.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
So I'm also a convicted felon, and the reason that I think that that's noteworthy is because I think that a lot of the discussion here can easily degenerate if we continue to lob insults back and forth about people's criminal past. Although Roberta and I, James and I, don't always see eye to eye about various things, I do have to say that I've known Roberta a long time, and she has made tremendous strides, and for that I think she is to be applauded. So, in any event, since Mayor Thomas is here, I'll just reiterate one concern that I did voice in my last appearance before the City Council was a pattern whereby some of the most high-placed appointed officials in the city were white. And it seemed to me well out of proportion with the makeup, the demographic makeup of the city, and I think that is a bit troubling. Indeed, as I was rereading the ethical, the section on ethics in the charter stated explicitly that the city should be representative of its population. And in that, the city government should be representative of its population. In that respect, I have questions as to whether the current administration has met that bar. But beyond that, the last time I was here, I did raise a number of questions about Robert Kelly's ethical suitability to serve as Public Safety Commissioner. As you recall, one of those issues specifically had to do with the record of civil liberties. That has been compiled by the Westchester Intelligence Center through its various activities, including the use of a license plate reader. There has been evidence uncovered by the New York Civil Liberties Union that raises a lot of concern. Just to know one point, although these license plate readers are capable of compiling huge masses of information, ordering in the tens of thousands of records, the evidence indicates that there's only like a there's only like a 1% positive return on the actual data that's collected. That does constitute a massive invasion of people's privacy. In addition to that, I did make a very troubling charge that Mr. Kelly is reputed to have used very heavy-handed and unconstitutional tactics while he served as an officer here in the city of Mount Vernon. And because I do appreciate the seriousness of this charge, I did confer with other people, and although some said no, at least 50% of the people with whom I've spoken, a very small sample, have accused him of, in fact, engaging in illegal unconstitutional tactics. And in that respect, I still remain troubled, and I hope that the council uses its plenty of power to make sure that he is well suited for this position. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr.